Good morning, everyone. It's Jennifer Masry. Welcome back to my channel. So this is a little different video I'm going to do today. So everybody knows me as, I guess, the animal whisperer, the horse whisperer, whatever you want to call it, the animal communicator. That is just a little piece of who I am. So the other piece of who I am is I am the spiritualist as well, okay? So with that being said, I have worked on myself for so long, creating my greatest outcome, creating my best life, and also creating the best experience that I can have. And, we all can do this. It is possible to create the best experience and be on the highest timeline, but it's all about changing your thoughts. Now, I am married. I've been married for about 13 years, I believe. I don't know, I stopped counting. And I do have 3 beautiful children. And there are times when their experiences do come into mine, and it is my job to also teach them on how to be the spiritualist as well and keep them on the highest timelines. So with that being said, I know that all of us have had challenges in our lives, and we've had people that come into our lives where sometimes I feel like we take on what they have to say, and we sit here and take their emotions, and we create like our mind spirals out of control is the best way to describe it, and we take on whatever they're saying, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to give you examples that I can think of right away. So my husband being the breadwinner, of the family, and I am the homemaker. Of course, I take care of the kids. I have the horse. I also do my own little side job, doing readings and so forth. It is a little different, but we both work together. So I am sole contracted to work with him in that regard, in the sense of taking care of the kids, making sure dinner is made, folding the laundry. I'm the tutor, I'm the cab driver, I'm everything. But that's not the point. The point is sometimes my husband will make decisions, he'll discuss the decision with me. Maybe I won't think it's the best decision, but he is adamant that he wants to make this decision, that he wants to do this business decision. And he is like, you know what? I don't really care what you say. That's how I feel. I know he does care what I feel, but it really feels like he's just on his own trajectory. So with that being said, I have really, worked on this, as a soul, and I've really got myself to the point where I tell myself, I'm like, okay, yes, we share money, we share bills, we share everything, but I stopped worrying about the actual money end of it, the actual number part of it, because the number part of it is very third dimensional, okay? And third dimension, as we all know, is gone. The only thing that's left is smoke. There's nothing left of third dimension, and that's why it's so hard to relate with the third dimension, because it's no longer there. So me being, as spiritually high as I am, I don't want to be there in the third dimension, because every time I'm there, and I'm down, my body, I can feel it in my body. I feel the pain. And the only time that I'm in my mastery and my greatest self is when I'm not worried about what he's doing or how he's accomplishing things, and I'm letting him have his own experience, whatever that's going to look like. So like I said, let's say I disapprove of something, but he's adamant to try it, financially, we do have the funds. He's adamant to try it, and do it. Guess what I do? I sit here and I say to myself, okay, technically it's really not my money, is what I tell myself. Technically it's really not my money. He's actually sharing it with me. So with that being said, like, I have to let him have his experience, no matter what that experience is going to look like. Because guess what? By me telling him, he's not learning anything. And number 2, do you really think he wants to hear what the higher, self has to say? No. He doesn't. He's not there yet. He's not physically there yet to see that this is good information. And that's what I find with a lot of people. A lot of people have to have their experiences, no matter what it's going to be. You can try and direct them, but you cannot change somebody's mindset. They have to have their experience because, if you haven't figured this out yet, that everybody that comes into your path, encounters with you, is showing up to show you what you're lacking in. For instance, let me give you an example of that. The other day, I have this 17-year-old daughter. She was actually answering me back and behaving the way I do at times. And I thought to myself, I go, wow, isn't that interesting? I'm like, she's showing up for me to show me how my behavior is, and this is poor behavior. Let me just tell you, it wasn't good behavior at all. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, I need to stop doing that because look what's happening. I'm showing up doing this behavior to her or to everyone else, whoever it might be, my husband, this and that. And she's showing up to show me my behavior. I'm like, wow. And right then and there, once I discovered that was a shift. It was a shift where I don't need to play that role anymore. I don't need to be that soul anymore. I can higher evolve from that situation because I realized what I was doing. So all these souls are showing up for us, okay, to show us what we're lacking, what we're doing wrong. And it's got nothing to do with them. It's got everything to do with you. So let's say a soul is showing up and it's it's judging you, whatever. Guess what? They're judging themselves and you're judging yourself, okay? There is nothing more powerful than standing in your power and loving yourself fully. Now that means getting up in the mirror, sitting there saying to yourself, I love myself. I love who I am. I am so happy to be in this body. I love you, body. I love everything you've done for me. I am so happy. I am happy with my life. I'm happy with everything I have because I know that I don't need anything else because nothing is outside of me. Most powerful words you'll ever say. Most powerful words. Start repeating that to yourself and you'll see how powerful you are as well. Stop worrying about the future. The future has not came yet. Okay? Stop worrying about everybody else. You can only control what you can control. You cannot control your partner. You cannot control your parents. You cannot control your friend. You cannot control your boss. But you can make a better experience by coming into the situation being present. Because guess what? When we're present and we're not creating and we're not in the future, we're creating the highest outcome. And but I mean by the highest outcome, the best thing that can happen in that situation. The highest thing can happen in that situation. And guess what else? Half the time, I know you are have your minds running out the door. It's spiraling out of control. Down the black hole is what I call it. Guess what happens? Your mind is all the way over there. Okay, it's down the street. It probably made a turn at the stop sign. It is so far down the street, you can't even stop it. And guess what you just did? You just created chaos. Pure chaos. Does not anybody realize that worrying about bills, worrying about anything, does it change anything in that moment? Does it? No, it doesn't change anything. Stop worrying. Stop creating. You are creating your life to be chaotic. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Stop worrying about what your boss is doing. Stop worrying about the person next to you not working enough. Stop. Stay in your lane. Worry about you. That's all you need to worry about as a soul. And once you can do that, you will evolve and you will find that stuff doesn't bother you anymore. Can you be in 100% not caring? Can you be 100% not caring and just worry about you? Can you sit there and say that they are having their experience? No, because we're not taught at a young age. We're taught at a young age to be in everybody's business, to sit there and to worry. Like, our parents created warriors, anxiety running warrior people. It's horrible. Stop doing that. And like I said, I had to create this video because I think it's so important. You know, like I said, I'm not just, the animal communicator. I also, sit here and I am working on myself every single day, whatever that looks like. I'm trying to be the best Jennifer I can be. And that takes work. That takes me refining my thoughts. Every time I have a thought that keeps on running and running and running, I have to stop myself. I have to really pull myself back and say, is that my thought? Is that mine? No, it's not. It's not my thought, and it's not where I belong. I actually stopped watching the news. Believe it or not, I don't watch the news. Ask me about the news. I know nothing about the news. I don't care about the news. I only care what's going on in my bubble, okay? And not that I'm in a bubble, but I'm just saying that, I care about what's going on in my nuclear, right now. That's the only thing I can do is care about right now, because I can't create or change anything that's happening outside of me. I can't. That's not my job. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for right now to create in this moment, and that's it. I'm not here to go and solve somebody else's problems. Unless it's directly in front of me, then yes, I will bring attention to it. I will fix it. But just sitting here and realizing, how your life is structured and just realizing who you are, you're more powerful than you think. Once you can get a hold of that mind, you're so much more powerful than you think. The mind it's very tricky. The mind is strong, and it comes in and it has the ego, and the ego is worse than the mind, because the ego is going to sit there and tell you, you're not good. You don't look good today. Look at your hair. It sucks. Okay? And we don't want to do that to ourselves, because every time we do that, we're taking a piece of our happiness and stripping it out of our bodies. Okay? And every time that the ego comes in and makes us feel bad about ourselves, or somebody else is coming in to make us feel bad about ourselves, and just remember, what did I tell you before? People are going to come in to make you feel bad about yourself, so you can just let it go. So you can let it go, and you can say to yourself, I'm not that person. I'm a nice person, and you can stop behaving like that. And you can start talking about that person or somebody else and putting out all this negative energy, because that's what you're doing. Every time we're talking about somebody, every time we're talking bad about our bodies, we're putting out negative energy. And what happens is, of course, that negative energy has to come back to us, because it doesn't just physically go anywhere. It actually comes back to us. It has nothing to do with anybody else but you. And that's what people have to realize. Everything in this life is showing up for you to change, to shift, to go higher. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my horse videos, because I am definitely putting out, some fun new stuff. And I plan on every now and then putting a sprinkle of these videos to just kind of keep people in alignment. Well, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.